Hello everyone, in today's video I will show you how to install Windows XP. This is a requested topic by Coop Cupras in the comments of my latest video, Extreme Overclocking Guide. So how do we do this? How do we install Windows XP in 2021? Well, firstly, I will explain why this is more difficult than it might appear on first sight. Windows XP was launched back in 2001, and at the time the main device for installing software was the humble DVD. This was why nowadays we have a hard time installing XP as it looks for a DVD drive, and recent computers have forgotten this ancient tech. Okay, so there are a few options, and in this video we'll go over a couple of them. Also, before we start, if you are looking for a Windows XP ISO, check the description for an Internet Archive link. So, first method, the least pain. We will use a software called Easy to Boot. This helps installing pretty much any OS, and of course, XP will work just as well. First, we have to go to the Easy to Boot website, linked in the description, and here we download the latest version and install it on our PC/laptop. After we launched it with administrator privileges, the app will look for a USB drive. Once selected, begin flashing. Watch out, this will delete all data on the drive. At the end, there is a small prompt for UEFI group extension. For Windows XP installs, we will choose No. Once that is done, just go ahead and paste the ISO of Windows XP into this folder into the stick. After that, you can remove the drive and plug it into the PC that you are trying to install Windows XP on. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind when you're trying to install XP, if you're doing on a real machine, make sure to choose IDE mode in the advanced section in BIOS, in SATA configuration. You need this because Windows XP doesn't really know what to do with the AHCI method of communicating. So choose IDE and then the drive will be recognized and it work properly. Okay, so now we are booting and we are gonna select the USB device to boot into. So we go to boot settings, we'll choose boot override into the USB. We are prompted by an easy to boot message, and as we can see we have one XP installed. We go to the section Windows install menu and we should have the first one. So we'll go with step 1 first, and then load yes, and now we wait. After that, it's just Windows copying files, and once it reboots, you will have to load step 2 of the install. Because again, Windows XP used to be installed on a disk. The disk would continue to exist after the first part of the installation, and the rest of the files are still on the disk. So in order to continue the installation, again, you still need the USB, and press step D. Press step 2, sorry. Get into the install menu, and here we wait and press F2. Second method, more pain, but pretty much universal. Easy to boot was the simple way to do it, but for very old platforms and for motherboards that have various quirks, there is an alternative. Now here we go for the 32-bit install, but you can change some parameters for a 64-bit install if you want. For this method we will go over the Power ISO tutorial. First up, get the ISO on hand, mount it, right clicking it, and then you should see something like this. Now that is done, let's get the stick ready. Download the Power ISO tool, linked in the description, and after you install it, it is suggested to select the 32-bit architecture and Windows PE 3.11. Click next to continue. Choose the drive and then wait calmly. After that, it's time to copy the i384 folder from the mounted ISO to the root directory of the drive, which is this one. Now we are finally ready for the install. Pop the drive gently in an USB port, preferably with a black one, as Windows XP does not support native USB 3.0 drivers, and once it is booted, it should look like this. Here we wait for the XP to initialize. And after that, we're gonna start up a command prompt interface, and we are gonna run this command shown up on screen right now. After that, it's into the installer, and there's no need to boot again into the USB. You can boot straight into the hard drive and continue the install afterwards. And I guess that is it. I hope that helped you install Windows XP. If you have any other suggestions or questions, leave them in comments. And thank you for watching.